Goes in here. Whoa! Much more important is this little girl. Exciting. Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
This video is strictly for documentary, educational and scientific purposes only.
Look at this chaos. Absolute pandemonium. Yes, I am in my, what shall I call it? Grow studio, if we look over there. Or shall I call it office? And to be honest with you, over there is even where my clothes and stuff like that are. I'm sick of it. And I have all this amazing stuff just waiting to be installed. I have a new propagation tent down there, new fans, a controller AI by AC Infinity. I even have all the setup ready to hook my sunlights onto the controller AI and the controller 69. Up there is where my exhaust, my used air is just going under my roof. Why did I have it like that? Because it was winter here in Spain. It was too cold in the house, so I might as well share the amazing warm air out of my grow tents to keep my house a little bit warmer. But spring is here, summer is coming, and I need to change. And in this episode you can check out a probably pretty long makeover of this entire room. But before we get started, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell, and also hit a comment down there if you ever were in the situation where you really needed the makeover of your grow room. It will be definitely worth it for one of you, you know what I mean. And now let's get started. So I wanted to take you into my garden. For the first time, a real deep dive. Really over a long period of time because I need to change everything. That's Zelda, by the way. She wants to cuddle. Let's see the status quo. Some autos running in there. Tropicana cookies, stunted them. First two are stunted, and the two testers in the back, they were a little bit later and they took it a lot better and they exploded in growth. As long as the ecosystem is working, because I looked at these clones down here and I'm like, pick them up and look how are the roots looking, and lots of shit is jumping, like moving around. Take a closer look and I'm like, what the fuck? Springtails. So I'm not too worried. Yet I don't know if you can have too much of them because they seem like there's quite a few. So let's try this dried sift rosin of guava. Best sativa 2025 at the Autoflower World Cup. There's the GG4 sherbet. I think I'm gonna put her outside. It's a nice one. I have a cut of another GG4 sherbet. This one I will definitely keep. That's an absolute keeper. And this mommy I have to keep around until I'm done flowering her out. And there's my beautiful lemon papaya. Much more important is this little girl. You can find her on Grow Diaries. Check her out. Papaya cookies. Purple Pinot. Super. Oh, amazing herbs. Exactly those papaya herbs. Look at this healthy clone. Also clone I'm working with right now. Oh, papaya sherbet. This is the papaya sherbet. This is not the papaya sherbet. No. I put like some sort of bugs in there. Let's check. Probably I read later on they bite and they're more for greenhouse. These ones, I put 1,000 of them, mainly in the flowering tent. Yeah. So my bonsai. Also for the plant battle, we're doing with AC Infinity and Grow Technology together. Drop a comment below, you know it's worth it. As I said, chaos, complete chaos. So we're gonna take this whole cabinet out, or wardrobe or whatever. Get rid of it. Put a shelf in it, and hopefully in the shelf fits the tent, the grow tent right in. Yeah, you open it right away, you see like some insects. If that's good or bad is like the other question. Because as said, like I have definitely introduced predators as well. And I've seen those springtails. But yeah, these, I think I'm gonna switch everything over now that it gets a makeover. Everything which is in that tent over behind me, we just looked at, everything which is in the big tent is gonna go in here and in the propagation tent, and these ladies, they're gonna be switched over. I have a whole 5x5 full with these 6 ladies. I think it's perfect. They're healthy and they need the space. As I said, there's definitely life in here, but I'm okay with life. Perfect.
Only getting started when it's midnight, keeping it tight if a nigga wanna go to war. It can get dark but we stay bright, coming like a night, it's on sight if it touch my steam. Niggas round there wanna disagree when it's clear that I'm speaking facts. Man like me, you know I'm proactive, never gonna stop till I see the big man's on flats.
Hop on the front door, it's like midnight. Don't lose your grip cause you might fall out again. Off-white whip, need for speed, I'm not switching the lane. Pick up the pace, bro like that, I'm back to the base.
Back to the base. Back to the base. Now I can never act. Been tryna stack up racks on racks. Boys in the back wearing all black, staying on track. Better show the gun, and that's on me. Out here getting this beer. If you work for the devil, better retreat. Coming too icy, come too clean. Could never move shady, ain't no feeling.
Shotgun, London, what's the outcome? You know, I'm a madman, just can't stick to the program. Raise up the heat, keeping the tension, shifting the gear to a different dimension. Red light, speed up, take off. Hop on the front door, it's like midnight.
And now the tent fits.
You might fall out again. Off-white whip, need for speed, I'm not switching the lane. Pick up the pace, bro like that, I'm back to the base.
Back to the base. Back to the base.
Back to the base. Back to the base.
Back to the base.
Back to the base.
Back to the base.
Back to the base.
Back to the base. Back to the base. How I can never act. Been tryna stack up racks on racks. Boys in the back wearing all black, staying on track. Better show the gun, and that's on me. Out here getting this beer. If you work for the devil, better retreat. Coming too icy, come too clean. Could never move shady, ain't no feeling.
And if you want,
Shotgun, London, what's the outcome? You know, I'm a madman.
so part 1 is almost done.
Raise up the heat, keeping the tension, shifting the gear to a different dimension.
Where is it 4:20 somewhere?
Take off. Hop on the front door, it's like midnight. Don't lose your grip cause you might fall out again. Off-white whip, need for speed, I'm not switching the lane. Pick up the pace, bro like that, I'm back to the base.
Back to the base.
I showed you how I built this whole area up, so we're finally getting somewhere, but nothing really has happened in the grows, and it's really time because I'm having severe humidity issues. I need to get all the stuff out of the window. I need to get an air conditioner in here because right now I'm using this thing here, a dehumidifier. Great thing, but it creates heat and I don't need extra heat in here right now. I think I'm gonna chop a few of these girls, some for flower, some for fresh frozen, and then also quite a big amount for, I will leave, and then I will also leave quite a big amount of the one in the back, which is not 100% super dense, and I will use that to make a hydrosol. So I will extract all the terpenes and essential oils out of the plant and bind it into water basically. So like if you have ever heard about rose water, for example, the same thing I will do just with cannabis water. But now let's get to work. Tropicana cookies. So I'm not taking that much care, precautions, whatever you want to call it. This is the first one. I don't want to cut too much of the fan leaves off because they are in the bottom. They're full of trichomes, and I do really, I'm not very impressed with the structure this time of this plant and stuff, but my goodness, does she smell amazing. I don't want it too tight. That goes in the freezer. Of this one here, I'll just get the best of the best top buds to dry. The rest will be frozen as well. Mango flavors is so fucking fire. That's what happens when you have too much humidity. You might end up with some mold. I'm trimming up the last couple of flowers. I actually took some of the other plant too because I don't want to really take so much for flowers. I have enough flowers. That's gonna go in the cannet roll now. And the rest will be either hydrosol or fresh frozen. Cannet roll.
Large, pink and yellow, orange cars, only speaking foreign bars. PK, the Audemars, icon type, Maurice Lacroix. I'm the lady of the art. I don't sell my time, I buy it. Ain't no menu, I ain't try it. Beefcake wagyu, lightly fry it. Like my greens, bright, very vibrant. Like my homegirl, Billie Eilish. Got the taste of Dove Rashad. Not my supper, super souped up, living lavish, super, super.
Awesome.
These my clients, these my friends. My whole team is for the win.
Alright, I hope my editor Eric didn't leave too much of my outbursts in it. When I did install the exhaust fan, air circulation fans, got it connected to the controller, and then I think I'm set with this tent. Alright guys, so I already have the exhaust from the little tent, from the propagation tent, into what's now the flower tent. I'm gonna switch it up, so the flowering lady's gonna go in the big tent. But what I still need to do, I got these fans here. I wanna put one up in the corner and one down here. Install them with some zip ties. And that's it, and then the propagation tent is ready. We'll see which plants are gonna go in here to make more space in the other tents and to have a fresh start. I need a fresh start. I mixed some light mix with some already very light organic living soil, dope soil it's called. Amazing product by Flo, really cool guy and really good product. I'm testing it for the first time. Definitely you can see right away the carbon in it. Let me get some gloves. So why am I mixing this very light soil? Like it's a dope soil light already. Light mix also, it's only half the amount of the rest, but I'm gonna use this for cuttings and I don't want my cuttings being in super rich soil, but I have been using a regular light mix for cuttings and I want to try this now with some amendments in it because I tend to keep these things. I tend to keep these clones too long in here, and if I keep them too long in here then they won't have any fruit, and I'm trying to see what this mix I just made myself, as I said, half light mix, half dope light mix. I want pots, 1 liter pots, and then make sure you have something to label it. I'm going to use some mycorrhizae, label them. Some Orgatrex is basically just to stimulant everything. I'm not fertilizing anything right now. Is there any name on it already? No, nothing. It's just a tea from a breeding project. So let's see, what do we have here? Platinum jellies. Let's see. A bit of mycorrhizae in it, and in there, and that's it. And since this has a tag on it anyway, I don't have to be worried about tagging it right now. I should probably eventually do that. And another one of these, right? Oh, did I just lose some roots? Oh, even better. This one is even better. Look how good it looks. Beautiful. It's 4:20 today and still a little bit like improvised, but it's coming together. Let's have a quick look. Finally got the humidifier set up, and just right now, just going in the little tent. It's a bit of a challenge because it's a really small tent for it. The clones are doing okay. Could do better. And look, the Superboof is going to be out on 4:20. That's exciting. Very exciting. Maybe even the second one, we'll see. And there's a little new breeding stuff going on. But the main thing I want to do is I want to have 3 plants, 3 autos. I had them indoors the whole time in the 1 liter pots. I want to put them in like 3 liter pots, a little bit bigger pots, and put them outside in living soil, in dope soil, and just to check it out. The roots are not going to develop that much more, but maybe they will see, there's food, and they're going to go for that food. And I want to also try it because 4:20 is the right time here now. From now on, it's going to be okay temperatures for the girls. A lot of sun out there, so let's repot. And there are the ladies. And this is the soil they're gonna get. So these ladies, they just need a little bit more food. They're healthy, they're in small pots, they're small, of course. I wasn't planning on flowering them out only for beans, but I like them and I want to check them. And this soil is like living soil. Obviously it works better in bigger pots, but I think these pots will be perfect. It will be just enough to get them through one time eating. And then I'll reuse the leftovers of them in my gardens outdoors. The big day is here, and today I move everything. I will move the flowering ladies in the big tent, these ladies in that tent. I'm gonna take cuttings and I'm gonna do so much more. And you will be part of it. So let's start. Let's start here. Where do we start? Somewhere was a pair of scissors. Somewhere. But not here anymore. For some reason. Ha! Here we go. Goodbye. Oh shit. I'm gonna bring those in the drying tent real quick. What is quite funny is that this lady here, the huge one, she harvested well over a pound of wheat. As you saw, I harvested her last night. What's funny about it is that she, even though she was lollipop down here at the very bottom, she developed some buds, which I'm gonna keep because I hit them with pollen. And if they are gonna be okay, and if she's not gonna be herming like crazy, which I would understand by cutting like 95% of her off, I'll just let her grow and start the new plants around here, because she has amazing mango terps and she's huge and she seems to be very potent. So I'm breeding with her. I'm gonna cut some of this cover crop here. These ones will go somewhere else. Who knows if there's still some predator mites living in there. So here's a pepper I planted, and we're gonna plant some new plants in there soon. But for now, let's do the opposite. Get rid of plant. This one, for example. I think I'm gonna cut them all down and then I'm gonna trim them just for fresh frozen. I think I won't keep many buds of this for, I don't know when I'm gonna make all this fresh frozen. The same I'm gonna do with this lady back here. I will keep the lows, because I hit them with pollen as well. So I will keep these little 2 pieces of those plants. We'll check them out later and see if they are going to be okay or if they're gonna herm. If they're gonna herm, they're gonna go. And if they're not herming, then I will have some beans. Now we'll have to take care of this. Bagging it up, freezing it. And since we're taking clones, let me show you how I take clones. It's, in my opinion, the most natural way. I do like to use a little bit of hormones like salicylic acids or gibberellin, or best both. And I don't like to spend money on them, so I'm just using them from here, from my aloe plant. So before anything, we're just gonna cut a big leaf of aloe right here and this is where I'm gonna dip my cuttings in. That's it. Of course you can just do it with water, or you can do it with products like Clonex or something, but this is 100% natural, and it also helps the plant to do it, the clones to root faster than in just pure water. The rest what I will need, I'm gonna get my little miniature greenhouse out of that tent. So I'm gonna fill it up with a little bit of water. I'll need plugs, and then I'll need plants. Another thing I'm gonna do, instead of labeling every single clone, which I always find quite annoying, I'm just going to marks on here. I'm gonna put a plus here, I'm gonna put a circle here, and I'm gonna put a minus here, and I'm gonna put a triangle here. That way I know the orientation of this thing. Now I'm gonna make a little chart on a piece of paper, and I can label that piece of paper, and I will know which clone is where. A brand new box cutter here. I'm gonna get some alcohol and some paper towels, and then we go little by little, clone by clone. We will take 2 of each plant I want to clone. That way I'll make sure, or go pretty sure, that I will have enough, that I will have at least one surviving. That was the end of that glove. So let's do this. Und bevor wir loslegen and before we start, we need to water in make sure that the plugs, the easy plugs or whatever you call them, are properly watered in. This is just our old water. You could probably use some bacteria with it. In a little bit we're gonna take care of the bonsais outside. We're gonna do that outside because it's better to see them outside. So I'm gonna just not make just these plugs really wet. They need to be wet. All right. I'm gonna put it like this, just the same way that the list is, just so I don't make any mistakes. And then we'll just take the plants one by one. Disinfection. Disinfect. Always disinfect. Clean. Alcohol is your best friend. Well, I mean, at least to disinfect your tools, not to put in your body. Clean. All right, first one, here we go. Which clone, where do I take the clone? The strongest ones. I'm gonna probably take this one, and then I don't know what I'm gonna do. Maybe gift this to somebody. All right, so I'll cut it. I have it right here. I'll take the leaves off the bottom. Look if there's any unhealthy leaves. No, those look all okay. This one maybe. Then make sure you cut it in a 45-degree angle. Oh, that's a bit much. And then I also give it a little bit more by peeling the stem off slightly. And that's it. Now this goes in here. What? And that's not very clean. I'll make sure that it's really in there. And then it goes up right here. And that's it. That simple. Just don't forget to write down the name. All right, now let's put the clones where they belong. So how do we continue? Well, the light turned on, as you already see. I need to clean in here a little bit. Look, I need to clean the tray, so I'm gonna bring that one outside and move this thing. This is gonna be crazy to move this into the other tent. We'll make it happen. We'll always make it happen somehow. But these 2 trays go in there. The 6 regular autopods come in here. And then in the front, I'll see what. I might add these ones on the AC Infinity watering basis. So cleaning, as I said, is on the list. Floor, the one fan, the old fan is really dusty, needs to be cleaned. The rest is pretty clean. And I want to switch the controller. Yes, I got a new controller. Away from the 69 to the AI. Let's give AI a chance. So I think this one actually needs a power supply. And I want to hang it maybe all over here. Down the line, maybe I'll put all the controllers over there. But I'll start with this one. We'll go over there. Power the controller with the included adapter, download the app, follow the steps on the device to pair with this controller. Exciting. Okay, you can actually help me a little bit to clean. Let's go. I film you while you clean. Yes, doggy. Yes, you're the fastest little guy. You're the wildest and fastest. I am not a perfectionist. This thing is super important. Let's put this hose on again. The hose on. This thing, make sure that the roots don't grow through. Has like a copper something. I'll put it somewhere that can dry. Maybe in the sun would be probably the best. I can have huge. I can grow anything from 100 liter to 0.1 liters. Enough cleaning. And now we gotta do this. We have to move. Ah, look, the humidifier tank is full. That's good, because I want to switch the humidifier for the air conditioning. But first this thing. Oh, all right, dirty. All right, let me get, I'll be back. I'll figure out how I can plug the AC in. The air conditioner is running. I just need to get a hose to connect it so it's dripping out the water in the right spot. The AC is running. This is what I do with the water. I recycle. I think I want to try to find a good way to add some CalMag to it, because obviously it's just RO water basically. I need to, the controller right now is here, and I need to, the one to put the controller over there, so I'll need to change all the cables. But first let me clean. I forgot to turn the camera on. I'm getting the ladies out of the flower room. They really need a haircut. Oh, I think I need to clean the entire system of the auto pots as well. Want to see that chaos? Oh, look, she's hanging all like that. I really need some support. Oh, but that rainbow melon is crazy. It's good to see that. The craziest of all hours. All right, so this mess is empty. Let's check it out. There are fucking mosquito larvae in my water tank, and I'm wondering why there's mosquitoes in my house. They're not coming from the outside. And I thought I'm only breeding cannabis. That's the first intake I installed, but I only installed one and I need a second one on the other side. We need to install this, and until then, tent is not imploding by the air pressure. I will need to leave that little window open up there, and the ladies are sleeping. We stressed them enough yesterday. Let's not stress them even more. So let's install that thing. Let's go. Let's check the app. You can just check in here too. I think it's on 5. Device settings. Well, on 7 still works, no? It's snug, but it's not the end of the world. On 8 it's probably coming close towards an end. I wouldn't have that ever on 8, so 6 is really what I would want to go for. Device settings, maximum level on 6. But why is nothing happening on, I have to check what's up with fan number 2. Safe. Alright, perfect, alles perfekt.
Don't let it rule you.
check if that fan is working. Yeah, that works. That works. That work. All right, let's grab the bonsais. That one needs to really be taken care of. Before this whole grow rebuild is done, I want to thank everybody. I want to thank AC Infinity for all the amazing grow gear. Some of the best stuff you can get. Also Sunlight, Leotubs, many other. Anybody who I'm forgetting, Rutin for the good foliar spray. Actually, I want to thank you guys out there. You guys are the most important. Thanks for being here. Don't forget to comment. It's worth it. One of you is gonna be picked. You know what I mean. Please like, subscribe, and so on. And once I'm done with this, we're going one more time back in the tent. Check out what's there is to do. And then that was it. Some more days went by and I am going to finalize this video now. First of all, this one we cut the last time is dry, not cured, but we're gonna try her before we do anything else. Let's go. So first we're gonna put 1-2 buds of that papaya cookies bonsai in there, and then we'll grind it up. So let's see. Oh, sweet sour papaya turbs, perfect. Perfect. La 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 la. Let's try that papaya cookies. Bonsai. Vaporizer. The rest's gonna go in the canatrol. We have to take care of what's in the canatrol as well. There's stuff been in there for way too long. Oh, amazing. Tropical, sweet, slightly sour, absolutely fire. I'm gonna have to build a stand for this thing to go above it so I can put my air dehumidifier on top of it so it can flow directly into that deposit, because I will be in the US, nobody can take care of the stuff, so I will have to build that stand. That's where we start. But first I put this back in the canatrol, and later on we will also go into the canatrol because we have to bag some stuff up. But let's go build that stand. And you guys won't even believe how handy this would have become to me, because I've used it so many times, and right now we're gonna use exactly this wood again, the one from the cabinet, to just build that stand. Let's bring it out. I already have it mapped out in my head, but as always it will be slightly chaotic. That's just me. This stand for our alembic or our essentiel, I also built out of that wood. I'm gonna show you sometime how to make hydrosols or essential oils out of cannabis, but that has some time. So I'm gonna grab everything I need for this, and then we're gonna measure a little bit, make a few cuts, and see what we can come up with. Now that thing is almost ready. Now I have to get it in that corner somehow. It's gonna be an adventure. It's hard to get it in the room. Let's see how we can do this. I think it's barely fits between the tents. That's the whole idea. Now I won't be able to open and close the tent anymore. That was the thought problem. So just a few more details. This one goes here now. Then the next one goes down there, here somewhere. We did it! Yes, it's here. I'm happy. The hose goes directly, hose here goes directly down into the water deposit. I can control it via Wi-Fi. It works. Now let's go in the garden. All right, guys, that stand is built, and now let's go and check the garden. But of course, we're gonna have a little puff with it. Some Z up. So limey, refreshing. Second best new strain at the Autoflower World Cup. Grown by yours truly. Now this is the cover crop of my greenhouse. I already chopped some stuff, put it in there. It's going to be for herbs, but not our favorite herb, but like this one is wild lettuce. There is some borage, there's some verbena, there is some chamomile and all that kind of stuff. That's all gonna go in this greenhouse. Some marigolds, basil. These are gonna go outdoors, most of them. Tomatoes. It's really beautiful. I don't know if we'll find out. Yeah, some mushrooms are growing here. So the soil is healthy for sure. What did I do? Yeah, like these raised beds we see everywhere. I just put them right on top of the ground, and on the first layer is just like some old wood pieces, like some branches, some twigs, and then on top of that I put some compost and then some topsoil, and everything is really loving it. So in this part we're outside here. Down there some artichokes, already some pumpkins in here. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put some terra preta on top of it. So really good soil on top of it. Just feed the top layer, leave it a little bit where those plants are already down there, leave them out, see how it's gonna work out, because obviously it would be better to put it on before I have plants in, but we're just gonna try. We'll try to do our best. Up here we're gonna put this thing up here and feed it with autopot systems right down in there. So that was the garden more or less. Yeah, look, but these Nisperos are also amazing. Those Nisperos, they're so yummy. Yeah, they're so ripe right now too. Amazing. Slightly sour, absolutely yummy. So in here is like a little garden I have out here. These are like some hops I'm gonna try growing this year. The closest related to the things. There was a little grasshopper, I saw that one. Different kinds of tomatoes. These are yellow ones. Weird leaves for tomatoes. Strange. And this is where my office window is. So on the other side is where we are usually filming. All right, this one is still on, but tastes just toasted. Not for me. Fresh, yummy. Old, not good. Last but not least, my courtyard with some reading projects going on in here. But this is my personal project, so can't wait to see what comes out. Big shout out one more time to Dope Soil. I have some used in here, and these just got repotted maybe 2-3 weeks ago, and they were in the same size 1 liter pots here. So they just got 2 liters extra of Dope Soil, and look how green they are. And these ones are done because there's no more nitrogen there. That's the courtyard, the breeding garden, the secret garden. Now we're gonna go inside eventually, do a little bit of work inside. Let's go. So all I bought is this really cheap 30 euro thing on Amazon, which actually, if I would have known that I'm using it outdoors, I would have bought it with a solar panel, because it gives it, you can buy it with a solar panel. And super flexible. Just need a pot of water where you pump the pump in right behind me here. And that's it. So I can go travel for like a week or 2. It's been fine. And these are coming close towards the end anyway. And I think this one is going to be, I'm selecting this one to breed with beans of that one, because these are all F2s. F3 will be freaks. And this one's really beautiful purple. Check it out. Got this little nifty watering system. I wanted to try it out. You fill it with water. I wonder if it's gonna work out. 2 test strains. I want to flower out outside.
Before we open the tents, guys, leave a comment down below and also leave a like, and if you don't follow the channel yet, please do so. With a comment, it's really worth it. There, you know what I mean. So like, go comment down there. And now let's open the tents. Quite a few insects in here.
So here we are in the grow. Over here I got 2 Superboof babies. I'm gonna plant them in the big planter in this tent. I made a little test of like how I took beans right off the plant without drying them or anything, and see how well the sprouting rate was. And it was no surprise, they did not sprout that well. Here are all the cuttings. They're not quite rooted yet. And 2 of those clones, they're like doing okay. The rest of them, fantastic. Over here, these 5 clones, they're all doing fantastic. I'm super happy. Have a slight issue with some fungus nets. Slight fungus net issue. The planter, I'm gonna top up with some dope soil. AKA, it's like a super soil mix, basically a living soil mix. I really neglected the bonsai now. It looks really good now, they're coming back, but obviously it really needs to get some nutrition and some more water. I'll do that in a little bit. We'll probably also spray in all of these with power flower, like foliar, feed them iron and all micronutrients. But yeah, super happy with this system. To figure something out for how I can get this one better from the side in or so, we'll have to see. Overall, it's working really well. And here in the flower tent, we have the beauties. 4 different cuts I'm using for breeding right now. I'm just flowering these out just to see on how they're gonna turn out. This is my favorite turquoise. Yeah, quite happy with them. I'm gonna show you a little bit more of the work I'm gonna do at nighttime without talking too much. Drop a comment below and always remember, it's 420 somewhere. I promised it, we gotta harvest some seeds right now. I have dried my plants full of seeds. I'm gonna show you how I, Sebastian, harvest those seeds. It's a very simple method and it's also very effective because we're using a trim bin, and that means in the end we'll have some tea. Not the cleanest, obviously, because we are centered on the seeds, but let's go. Very important are these gloves. These gloves, they're like gardening gloves, and you hear it? Take all the plant matter off the stem. If you want to see how we're doing this in the breeding facilities, go check out that video about our breeding facilities. But this is just how Sebastian does it. We have all the stuff here. What do? I pick this up now and I'm making powder out of it. I made these seeds as an F1 for me for breeding. So they might not be the ripest seeds ever, but there is enough ripe seeds in between. And here comes the trick where you have to know a little bit. It's like a feeling. I don't have that feeling yet, but I'm trying. It's like you shake it well. Of course, you can use that amazing tool Ed Rosenthal came up with. I think you can find a link on his website. Homegrow TV has it in one of his latest videos as well. The plant matter stays behind and only the seeds fall to the bottom. So what we're doing, we're playing with the shape because they're round, they roll easier, and they also have the highest density, the seeds of everything. I don't need the gloves anymore now. Let's get this thing. I'm saving this stuff. I don't know what for. I'm saving it. So once you get rid of all the plant matter here, you can do this again. All right, and now comes the next trick. Blow, slightly blow. Now we need to find where we put them. And I'll use this card again. Of course, now we would select which ones are good seeds, which ones are not good seeds. But for me, I let them ripen now. Now you should put in silica packs. Silica packs, meaning you keep them dry. You want to keep them as dry as possible. And also the last bits and pieces go in here. Ah! I'm holding it upside down, my Keith. I forgot. I have Keith on the other side. Sebastian. Sloppy Sebastian. And that's the beauty of it. Look what we got underneath here. Yummy Keith. Oh, delicious smelling Keith. I'm probably gonna press that in the end. Press it into some basin. Never forget to write down what you got. At the end, I will show you a few more impressions of how it looks now that I'm leaving. Yes, in a few hours, I have to leave to the American Autoflower Cup to Los Angeles. I have to travel, still have to pack a little, but there's a few things I want to do. I want to plant a bunch of new beans, so I have fresh beans when I'm coming home. Already started. I will do this in these quart size pots. And normally I would do this in this very propagation tent. That's why I'm having it. The only issue is I don't have a watering system for it yet set up. So what I'm gonna do is I will leave the clones in this miniature greenhouse. In here, I will give them enough water and hope they will pull through. The rest, there's a few more clones in here, a couple of beans and one seedling, and that seedling actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this all on the tray to grow. The same thing with this clone here, and the other clone looks so shitty. This one did not work out that well. I'm not gonna throw it in the trash, I'm gonna put it outside, see how it's gonna pull out, how it's gonna perform outdoors, if it's gonna be okay, or if not, then not. That happens. All my new seeds will go in here. That means the humidifier will go in this tent, and in here in the propagation tent will just be the humidity dome with some lights. I might even turn the lights lower. All I want them to do is hopefully finalize rooting, and then when I'm back home from the US we can repot them together. But for now, let's start a bunch of new beans, reset up this tent, get it ready to go, because I'm getting nervous. I really have to go. So let's get started. These things, I want to have some rooting solutions on them. So what am I going to do? I'm going to unplug the lower lights. I don't need those here. So as said, I prepared a very light. It's not nutrients, it's more a solution to help rooting. It's not a good space. I think I will take the whole second layer out of it. It's too big, it's too small for it. Let's give it this solution. Let's get this humidity dome over it somehow again. It's a stretch, this thing. It's not, like as I said, I think a tent is too small for 2 layers, let's be honest. So we need to go set this up on the app really quick. AC Infinity app. This is the right tent. So I'm gonna tell the VPD mode down. I'm gonna make the maximum to 0.8 to 1 kilopascal. That's good. Done. Let's see if it communicates now. Yep, it did it. And now I'm gonna go one more VPD mode, and I'm gonna do the humidifier. And I'm gonna do it continuously and trigger it. I'm gonna do the target to humidity is 0.8 is my target humidity. For maximum level, yeah, I haven't tried that with this. Let's go like 3 or 4. It's much bigger tent, and then we'll see how it's gonna be like this. Buffer 0.1 kilopascal. Done. The issue is that I probably will I can't let it lay flat, because then it will create, I'll have to blow it up. So we'll have to see. That's that. Humidifier is set on the controller 69. Now let's go. Now we're just gonna plant all these seeds I wanted to plant, and that's it. Then we're done with indoors. Everything is set up. And then I can move into our outdoor gardens. I have to plant some vegetables. By the way, I'm gonna use this organic soil from Austria. It's all organic, and this one is specifically made for seedlings. So let's try this out. Sonnenerde. So how do we continue? I measured it, 11 new plants we can start. I'm gonna fill these up with dirt real quick, and then we start the beans. All right. Oops, that doesn't matter to me. Of course, never forget labeling. Crushed. Banger. Then comes a secret auto tester. There's another auto tester. Another secret auto tester. Let's just film how we want to puzzle them in there.
Not leaving the space unused. One more! We got space for one more. That's awesome. And since I'm not having any humidity dome or anything like that on, I'm gonna put these mulch, biofasern they call it. The seeds will push through somehow, and they will just help me to retain the moisture. So today I decided to dig up a bunch of the plants, potatoes, all that kind of stuff is all already in there. We're gonna put the soil activator on, which is the charcoal, I think. Yep, mainly charcoal. More like a fertilizer, so I'm gonna mix it all in the soil and then we'll plant all the seedlings. Some people clean it up more, I don't. All right, let's do this. 3 to 5%, not more than 10%. That's what it needs to be here. So the hole doesn't need to be all that huge. So if I go, as I said, 3 to 4%, the only thing which I might also mix under there is to get some extra nutrition in is a bag of warm hummus. Yes. And just because this soil is so little, it has so little nutrients in it, I'll add some extra goodies. Warm castings, by the way. But English, not warm hummus. Hummus is what we eat. So I'm gonna just plant it permaculture style. I'm not gonna make rows of different things. I'm planting all different sorts of things, all different places. This is a watermelon, and supposedly these watermelons are dioecious as well, meaning they need 2 genders. So I'll put the second gender, the male one, right next to the female. Kind of funny, learning something for cannabis. So there we have the 2 watermelons. Then we have a few pumpkins, many pumpkins actually. We have to see where we're gonna push those ones. Look, there's also a relative of our favorite plant here, hops. I didn't only just get hop cuttings, I also grew some from seed. Let's see, maybe I'm lucky and it's a male. And then I can breed hops. All right, we have one more, and this is not a Calendula officialis, this is a Calendula arvensis, a different variety. I've never grew it before, wanted to check it out. So let's plant this one as well. I'll be happy to just have those 3. I'll start with one somewhere here in the center, where it definitely gets enough water. All right, I'll put one more here somewhere. And now at the very end, let's give the plants some water. Always give plants water after you repot them. It's a shock for them. And then we come back and see how this garden develops. So in 5 hours goes my flight, so I have to sleep a bit before. This seems to be looking good. Good luck. So one last look into the flower tent, and then I'm gonna be off, and then this will be it. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and also put a comment below what you want to see and what you want us to improve on this kind of videos in the future. So guys, this was it. I'm gonna go to LA now. In like 4 hours I have to leave here, so thanks for tuning in. I'm done. Grow with love, and always remember, it's 4:20 somewhere. Yo, ciao.
The best autoflower breeder 2025 goes to huge shout out to every single person here right now who submitted. Amazing.
Thank you so much.
Crazy, but
Yeah.